We start at 11 with breaking news. A terror attack in Stockholm, Sweden, just hours after the U.S. bombed Syria. A manhunt is on right now for the driver who hijacked a beer truck, then drove it into a crowded department store. At least 5 people are dead, and there are a large number of other people who are injured. And at 11 now, we have new details on the U.S. airstrikes in Syria. President Trump ordered a missile attack on a Syrian air base. It's a message to the Syrian government that this week's chemical weapons attack will not be tolerated. Now, the global impact is huge, and everyone wondering what this means for our relationship with Russia. ABC's Kenneth Moten is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
Today, new daylight images of the Syrian Air Force base destroyed by a U.S. attack. 59 Tomahawk cruise missiles launched in the cover of darkness from 2 American destroyers in the Mediterranean. President Trump ordering his first major military action.
Tonight I ordered a targeted military strike.
The president's move against Syrian President Bashar al-Assad an about-face. Trump now stepping into the middle of the country's civil war after this week's deadly chemical weapons attack. The Pentagon says the plane that dropped the sarin gas took off from the now bombed base.
Assad choked out the lives of helpless men, women, and children. It was a slow and brutal death.
The wild card, Russia. The Syrian ally called the strikes an act of aggression. The Kremlin getting the heads up from Washington. Those missiles were minutes away from raining down.
At the end of the day, it's going to be tough to argue that the use of chemical weapons against civilians is condoned by anyone. So the president has the moral high ground there, and that's going to have a big impact with Russia.
Also notified early, 24 members of Congress. The bipartisan reaction, many praising Trump, agreeing Assad's actions needed to be dealt with. The disagreement, the fact that the president didn't seek congressional approval.
First, the president was authorized to conduct this strike. Obviously, if this is going to be a broader, long-term conflict, it is important that he comes to Congress because we need to pay for it.
Congress is now asking for President Trump's plan on Syria. The president gave the order from South Florida, but we now know Vice President Pence was in the White House Situation Room at the time of the strike. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
As you heard there, House and Senate lawmakers generally supported President Trump's decision to strike that airbase, but at the same time, they don't want this situation to escalate without getting Congress in the mix. Here in Colorado, Democratic Senator Michael Bennet tweeted out a statement last night saying the attack was a required response. He went on to say, in part, moving forward, any military action must be conducted in consultation with Congress and considered only as part of an articulated strategy to address the ongoing crisis. New at 11 now, just over an hour ago, Colorado Judge Neil Gorsuch was confirmed as the next Supreme Court justice. Senate Republicans unleashed the so-called nuclear option yesterday to block a filibuster from the Democrats. Now back here at home, it's the moment baseball fans in the Mile High City have been waiting for. The Rockies home opener just a few hours from now. We have team coverage of the big game today. Denver 7's Mitch Jelniker and meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo are out at Coors Field. They're having a lot of fun already out there. 3 hours ahead of the game still, guys.
I know, we were the first ones here today
Right.
at like 4 a.m. and it was kind of cold, but as promised, Lisa told us it was going to be a beautiful day. It's gorgeous out here, and now you can hear the music in the background. Yep. They're really starting to kind of pick up the pace here, all the hum of activity.
My plan is to be not only the first here, but also the last to leave.
There you go.
Why not? All day long, it's perfect weather. And it's days like this that I worry a little because a lot of people are counting on that forecast.
Right.
But we've been watching it all week long, and it's panning out. The winds died down this morning. Take a look at your Rockies home opener planner. For those of you coming out, I had to roll up my sleeves. I am sweating like a pig over here. It's already getting really warm. We're in the mid-upper 60s here between about 11 and 12 o'clock. You're going to find that we're at about 72, 75 degrees across the metro area. And you know, when you're crammed in next to all those sweaty fans next to you, it's going to feel a little bit warmer. Pretty sure it will.
What section are you in?
Well, yeah, stay clear of my section. Across the metro area, it is the warmest day of the week. We've got some low to mid 70s, so some gorgeous, gorgeous baseball weather and gorgeous spring weather. I mean, if you're not coming to the game, you still have an awesome couple of days to enjoy both today and tomorrow. tomorrow. We're talking 70s. We will take a look at our cold front on Sunday coming up in a little bit.
Very good. Well, we talk about the weather today, ideal as you've mentioned, but a few days ago, you remember the snowstorm that rolled through. Take a look at the video. This is what Coors Field looked like just a few days ago. Snow was on the field. It was on that tender grass. It was piled up on the seats. The Rockies played in the snow before. They can handle this stuff. The grounds crew has been working kind of nonstop to make sure it was just perfect and playable. In fact, we talked to the head groundskeeper about all the preparations.
This could potentially be some of the greenest grass you'll find across all of Colorado. We're here on the field with Mark Razum, and he is the head groundskeeper. It takes a lot to keep this looking like this.
Oh, definitely. But weather's cooperating, even though we did get some snow the other day, but things are working out, and I think we're going to be looking good for Friday.
But this is a full-time job, correct?
Oh, yeah, we're here year-round. You know, it's not as busy on the field during the winter months, obviously. We're kind of more inside, taking care of our equipment and so forth. But come mid-February, we're turning on our heat system underneath the field to start manipulating the temperatures to more spring-like weather and be able to get up greener a lot quicker.
You say we. How many staff work just on the field?
We have 12 of us.
And when we see a rain delay, these guys come out of nowhere. It's like lightning fast.
It's like a ballet out there.
You turn your head, they're back out there, they're doing that. Do you train for that? Is it like a firefighter training for an emergency?
Yeah, definitely. We'll start practicing it before the season starts. We'll get a few runs in. Kind of each guy's got like his position, and it depends on the storm. If it's pretty significant, they move a little bit faster, believe it or not.
Oh, you should see Mitch run. You could not do it.
Oh, you don't want to see me run. So if they trip, do you fire them?
No,
you don't. I'm just kidding.
They get pretty much
demotion points.
Well, the guys take care of that with putting them down a little bit.
They end up on social media, so it gets taken care of.
They get razzed. No, they do a great job.
Yeah, well, thank you, Mitch. I appreciate that. But opening day is always special. We always look forward to it, and we're excited to get the season going again.
Well, we're back live. You can see some of the players there doing little warm-ups on this beautiful sunny Colorado day for the home opener. Early this morning, Lisa and I looked up, and here comes the new skipper, Bud Black, walked by. He said, "Good morning, guys." And he's all in his pristine uniform. He looked great. He looked like he was ready to go.
I love that old-fashioned thing that they've kept, staying in the uniform.
It's cool.
And, we've been reading a lot of articles, and you've probably heard this could be the Rockies' year. We've got a lot of pressure on these guys.
I think a wild card. A lot of people figured at least be a wild card, I think.
We've got quite a few games to go. 81 home games.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, the first one's starting up here in just a few hours, and it's going to be obviously a beautiful day. Now, we were walking around after this out on the streets. It's getting really busy out there. They've closed down some of the streets there right at Blake, and you've got a mass of people down here. So we're going to send it over to that guy, the expert on the roads, Jason Luber, back in the studio. I'm sure from your vantage point, things are starting to look a lot more red on the map.
They most certainly are. I'll show you the map in just a second. I can already show you right down here at 18th and Market, some of the fans are already making their way over to Coors Field. It is going to be a very busy day in downtown, even for the folks who aren't even interested in baseball. It will affect you if you drive on I-25 or the downtown roads. It will be an unofficial holiday today, and you can see not only the traffic across downtown, but also here across I-25. Now it's quiet. You see the increase of traffic here on 20th as these folks are trying to get over to Coors Field, which would be right over that way, right behind me. Take a look at the map that way, and you can see already we have a lot of red, as Lisa was talking about on the map. On 20th, Blake is already closed down. Park Avenue West is already pretty busy, and we will see these areas get increasingly busy, not only with car traffic, but also pedestrian traffic, because a lot of folks like to just hang out at the bars and the restaurants in and around Lodo and enjoy the game that way. I-25, remember, will be a madhouse later on today as the game ends around 5, 6 o'clock, and all those folks, those 50,000 happy fans after the Rockies win, right, will be pouring out onto I-25. Just be mindful of the heavy traffic later on today.
I'm going to be going the other way, I think, from all the crowds. Well, the Rockies, as Lisa was talking about, they're off to a great start already this season. 3 wins, just 1 loss. They'll take on division rival, the Dodgers, today at 2. And Denver 7 sports anchor Lionel Bienvenu is at the stadium now. Hey, you have Rockies manager Bud Black with you, Lionel.
You're exactly right, guys. Of course, opening day should be a national holiday, a state holiday at least here in Colorado. A lot of stuff going on outside of the stadium where the fans are, but inside the stadium, there is a game today. as you said, Rockies and Dodgers. Kyle Freeland, the Denver native, gets to start for the Rockies. And with me now live is manager Bud Black. And Bud, this will be your first opening day as manager of the Rockies. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it, but what a special day for Colorado baseball fans.
You know, that's what I hear. I feel it. I know that when I woke up this morning and drove in early, you know, I could sense it. And when I got to the ballpark and people talk about opening day in Denver and what a special day it is for people in Denver, Colorado people on the Front Range, man, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you can tell already just the excitement here around the field.
Hey, look, your bullpen so far has gotten the job done for sure. Dunn, Holland, those guys coming in, the 2 signings in the offseason. You're 3-1. I mean, you got some optimism, some positivity here for this team this season.
Well, we got off to a great start in Milwaukee. We got to continue. It's a long haul, as you know, Lionel, all the way through September. But we feel good about our team. We got some young starting pitching that we have to catch up to speed, and hopefully those guys, will be a little baptism under fire. But we like so much about these young pitchers that we feel as though we can go at it every day with these guys.
You also get Dahl and Desmond back at some point early on in this season. But Kyle Freeland today, Bud, the Denver native, Thomas Jefferson High School, is going to take that mound and start this game on opening day. A lot of pressure, but also what a great day for the Freeland family.
What a great story. When I told Kyle last week that he'd made the team, that he was going to be in our rotation, and ultimately told me he's going to pitch Friday against the Dodgers, it was a cool moment for me. It really was. I think we both sort of choked up, but what a great day for the Freelands. What a great day for his friends, his family, his neighbors, people he went to school with at Thomas Jefferson. What a story.
Yeah.
So hopefully Kyle has a good one. We get a win today, and everybody feels good about this one.
I just wish the weather was a little bit better today, Bud.
How about this? This is awesome. Who would have thought it? April 7th. We get a day like this.
All right, here we go, man. Bud Black, thank you so much for joining us here on Denver 7.
Thanks.
All right, Bud. All right, that's it for now, guys. We'll be back a little bit later. We'll hear from Carlos Gonzalez, Cargo, talking about what a day this is for Colorado Rockies fans. We'll see you a little bit later. That's it for now.
Oh, looks so great out there. Well, opening day tickets are expensive, but there are 80 other home games you can check out this season. We have some tips on getting seats coming up. And it was one of Colorado's darkest moments in history, the Sand Creek Massacre, how the state capitol is paying tribute to those who lost their lives.